What's up, Capoeira Nation? Welcome back to the Capoeira Experience podcast. Thank you so much for coming back, for listening, supporting the Capoeira community. It's really cool to see the Capoeira community changing a little bit, and from the early 2000s to now, and then it's just such a different community. And I love how the community now is all together. So today I have a very special guest, a really good friend, and we made the relationship by just like talking capoeira and then talking outside of capoeira, like we just like off the records right now that we were talking about many other things. And then it's really cool to get the friendship going just with again supporting each other, and that's definitely how it helps, and then how it should work, right? Our friendship should works that way. But I don't want to go too far. Let me please introduce now Mestre Baz. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, my friend. How are you? What an introduction.
Very good, very good.
So nice.
Yeah, because I remember last time I had you on the podcast. You had a contramaster. Now this master, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's just a title, but it is pretty cool. Yeah, I must say. It is a nice title.
It's so nice, man. And then it was also really nice to be part of the ceremony, of you getting your course. Is very nice to be part of that. He's very happy to be part of that.
I'm happy you guys were able to make it. You guys had I think actually your group had the biggest presence in the event.
I think we were 6 or 8 or something like that.
I think you were almost 10 people, man.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. It's like the biggest group of people that came from outside to our event.
Oh, so cool, man. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I always tell all my students, like, man, especially for that time, I was like, you guys never been on the ceremony for a mestre. I want you guys, you have to go there. It's really cool because like all the emotion going behind and the conversation is just going. I was like, you guys gotta go. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Oh, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. Yeah, it was a special event, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
So cool, man. And then I love the story of you and your dad, and he's so cool too. That was really
cool
too. That was really
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a very special event. To be honest, if I didn't have the videos, I don't think I would remember much of it.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. Yeah,
you know how it is.
Your mind busy on like all the behind scenes and the details and everything like that. You just remember you got a court.
Yeah, I barely remember that even. It was so many things, and it's just so many people here. We had like I think almost 15 people stayed at my house, and
wow.
It was like we had sofas, inflatable beds on the floor. The living room became this giant bedroom. It's a fun experience. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Just all the logistics behind it. But it worked out pretty good, and luckily, the students have a good time. The guests had a good time. I had so much help from within the group. My students really, stepped up. That really helped a lot.
That's
awesome.
the best part, man. That's the best part, especially whenever I actually got the idea from you on breaking everything down on paper. Remember we were talking about that, and you were like, I can give you a copy, and I was like taking a picture right now with my head.
Yeah. Did I ever send you that copy?
I'm pretty sure you did, but I don't remember.
If not, let me know. I'd be happy to send. Yeah, I have charts and everything. I have to.
That's
or else
so cool, man.
Because think about it. When you set up an event, you start to think about, what do I have to do? And you kind of like, if you're right, like I use my phone a lot for reminders, right?
Yeah.
And when I write all the reminders, I look back and I have like maybe 6 or 7 of the same reminder. Because you're always going through stuff. Oh, I'll put this on a reminder. So when you have a list and you are able to make one big list for any event, every time the event comes up, you just go back to that list and see everything. It calms you down a lot because I went through it before the event. Everything is organized, so now I can basically
so much better. It feels so much better. It's no chaos.
Calm. You're calm, and also if people want to help you, you say, "Hey, look at the list. What's not marked? Take care of it."
Yes, that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
That's the biggest thing. Like I put for our event, we made teams.
Yeah.
So we had like a setup team, a cleaning team, registration team. So I just gave them the list. Hey, here's the cleaning team. Here's all the stuff that we need to do after every night.
Yeah.
So we had like 10 people on the cleaning team. It was maybe 10 things to do. So every person did one thing. It took him less than 5 minutes, and the place was sparkling clean, and we were all out. right? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like putting those lists. I don't have to think about it. This is what needs to be done. Do it any way you want to, just make sure it's done.
Yes. Yeah, man.
And it helps a
That,
lot. It helps a lot.
man, I did the exact same thing because I remember. So when I started organizing my event, I was like, oh wait, Buzz had this list. So and then I was breaking it down by section. I was like, okay, if I was on registration, what would I like to do when I was on the registration? And I wrote it down step by step. Okay, say hi.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and then
literally.
and then grab the names and then grab the check on the list and then check on the registration, check off, and then now
Yeah.
move on. Okay, now on the shirt part, what would I do? And then again the
Yep, that's
list
how you do it.
and the clean. And then okay, when once the event is done, what is going to be 30? Well, how I want to see this place clean. Okay, now I read it out. It
Hmm.
was like
Yeah.
boom.
That's
eh,
basically, that's the best way to do it. And then if you
Yeah.
think about it too, if you think about it, you actually just visualize your whole event.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
when things happen, you go, oh wait, okay, this is gonna happen. And you can kind of, things are moving in the event different direction. You can navigate them the way you want.
Yeah.
You know, you can already see like something, oh no, I need this and this because I want this and this to happen. So you're preparing everything.
Yeah.
It makes things a lot easier.
A lot of easy, and also that I'm also very happy that my crew also helped on all that list. And then
Yeah.
again, like you said, it was like somebody asked, like, "Hey, what do you want me to do? Go check that list over there. I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm taking care of these. Go check the list really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Check the
yeah,
list.
do it
Simple as that.
quick and smooth. Especially like anxiety free, and it's just like much better,
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah, this was actually, we're having an event right now, and for this event, I changed something. I did something different. I set up the registration through our website because I found out they have a cool like QR code thing. So
Oh,
now when everybody comes in, they just have to pull up their QR code. I scan it with like an iPod or
yeah,
somebody's phone,
yeah.
and it can already tell me if they signed up and paid. I don't have to check the list, right?
What?
Yeah.
Dang, that's
So
cool.
I'm always trying to simplify things to make
Yeah,
things easier because sitting on the computer and registering people, and then somebody comes in, they want to pay, scan the QR code, go online, pay.
yeah,
It takes a second. They could do it by themselves, and I don't need to get involved.
yeah,
They
yeah.
they paid, it appears on the list.
And he makes the process way easier for the person coming in.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
which that's the best part because you just walk in, you register, it takes 5 minutes, even
yeah.
less.
Exactly. And all the programs. I'm just trying to simplify everything. And
Yeah.
all the programs that you pay for a third party company sometimes can get a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah, because you got to find out how to do it. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
totally
and
like
it's for, for
100%.
for somebody for somebody on the outside that comes to visit, it's harder to register. Like we use Mindbody, right? Which overall has a lot of amazing features, but it's not
Yeah,
so user friendly. It's so detailed that for
yeah,
somebody to
yeah,
sign up to an event, they have to fill up all these papers, all these things. So we're trying to make it quick, right?
yeah. So many
Um,
loops, and then they got to go around to do one little thing.
yeah, and then sometimes it doesn't work through the app, so it's just like a bit tricky.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
Now,
so mobile friendly.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember back in the day, back in time when I was recent moved to the US, I saw the app, and then Tempestad actually was working on a studio where they had my body, and then it was so complicated because she was like behind the computer, and she had to like go and check it. These so many things.
Yeah,
I was like, what kind of software is this?
yeah. It's too detailed. It's
Yeah,
too
yeah.
detailed.
It's
It's
super
there's so
helpful,
many.
but it's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You need somebody like, I think that app works really good if you have somebody that's their day job is that app. Like if you're able to have like somebody to work at the front desk at your studio, then they work at the front desk, but they know the app from A to Z. And once
Yeah,
you know everything, it takes time. But once everything is set up, it should be easier. Just like it's not, unfortunately. If you want it to be
yeah,
easy, you got to do like their super top like registration,
yeah.
and then it's like they build an app for you and everything, but it's still complicated in my
Yeah.
opinion.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
it's still complicated. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now that you mentioned about your event, when is your event, and then who's going to be teaching and all that, so people who are listening.
Oh, yeah. So we are having our Winter Capoeira Festival. So now that's how we decided to change the names. Now we're calling it Winter Capoeira Festival and Summer Capoeira Festival.
Yeah,
So our Winter Capoeira Festival is happening actually this coming weekend, February 10th to the 12th.
nice.
Um, and our main guest is going to be well, his rank is, from my knowledge, professor, but when I talk to him, he goes, just call me Nevi. So we're bringing Nevi, Nevi Angola, I like to call him.
Nice.
Um, he's an amazing, amazing capoeirista, and he's the only guest. And the event is going to be based off of his point of view of Capoeira Angola.
Nice. Okay.
And yeah, so it's this coming weekend, February 10th to the 12th with Nevi. Of course, Mr. Cueca is going to be there. Professor Tubarao is going to be there. Fortunately, you
Nice.
told me you can't get there, which is
I know.
okay. You have other
Yeah.
things, conflicts. I understand. Mr. Lobio is going to be there also.
Cool, man.
It should be a nice event. And actually, it's going to be, I think, a really special event because Nevi is like, and this is kind of the main thing I like in our winter event idea was
Yeah.
to bring one or maybe two guests. Usually I try to leave it at one, but it's one person that they run the whole event. And the idea behind it is that this person can really build something deep and really show their point of view and perspective on capoeira, because capoeira has more than just physicality, right?
For sure. Yeah.
There's the philosophy, there's the perspective of it. Nevi is very spiritual.
Oh,
He's
cool.
very into yoga,
Okay.
and he finds a unique way to merge them together.
Nice.
Um, yeah. So it's very for me. It's like, okay, I'm going to bring one guest, and we're always going to let him really share his perspective with us.
Yeah.
And I think to become a good capoeirista, even for myself, you would want to learn from different people all the time.
100. Yeah. 100%.
And we have our base, our common ground, our lineage, if you want to call it, our
Yeah.
style. But to be really diverse, you want to be able to play everywhere, right? Because every
Yeah.
different kind of poeta style has its own uniqueness.
Yeah.
So that was the idea of bringing one guest and letting him or her really share their perspective on anything they want through their perspective, their view on capoeira.
Ah, that's pretty
So
cool.
this is yeah. So this event is going to be mainly focused with Nevi on Angola, but I'm sure there's also going to be samba. Nevi's really big into samba. He's
Huh.
into yoga. So there's going to be a lot of really, really special things. And I talked to him yesterday for over an hour, and you know, I just got the vibe. This event is going to be out of this world. Like
Oh,
I'm,
nice.
yeah. After the talk with him, I even got more excited. And I know Nevi since I started Capoeira, so
Because
we go way back.
he's Cueca's brother, right?
He's Mestre Cueca's brother. Yeah, he's Mestre Cueca's
Nice.
brother. Yeah, literally, I think I met him when he was like 9. And now he told me yesterday he's
Oh.
31. I'm like, oh my God, man.
Oh.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
crazy, man.
Yeah. So
So you guys pretty much grew up together, no?
yeah, we grew up in
Yeah. Yeah.
Capoeira
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so
And
cool, man.
he's just an awesome person. Like I brought him here. I brought Nevi and Cabello, Mr. Cabello here years ago, also for an Angola winter event. And it was an awesome event, but I had this really like special connection with Nevi. Something, when you meet somebody, an individual, and they have this deep grounding essence power
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I feel from
100%.
him.
That's so
And
cool, man.
yeah, and it's gonna be an
Man.
interesting, even more dynamic. I haven't seen Nevi and Cueca together in years. Brothers also. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you were here for our last open hold of the year. We brought
No.
Cueca. Oh,
No, no, but some of my students were there.
yeah, yeah, I remember. So we brought Mr. Quick, and he was talking about Angola, because we were kind of doing an Angola-based workshop to get everybody ready for the winter event. And he was talking about how when he goes to Israel to visit his family,
Yeah.
he always makes sure to go and train with Nevi. Like, so it's interesting for
That's
me to
cool,
hear,
man.
like, because Nevi started training under Cueca, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Um, so it's interesting for me to hear, like, yeah, the person that started training with me, now when I go to Israel, I go take their classes too. It's like, wow. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
it tells you something. It tells you
Yeah.
something about Nevi and something about Cueca too. So that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Very humbling, because and then you see, like your Mestre be like, I'm gonna train with him, and it's like, wow, that's pretty cool, man. Because he's very humbling, because he's your Mestre, and then your role model, and then you like, man, what is this guy doing there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Nevi's, yeah, and when Nevi was here last time, man, everybody just fell in love with him. Everybody, like
Oh,
his
that's nice.
energy, his energy, his communication, his just being himself. He's a very
Yeah.
special human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making me change my mind to Michigan now.
Don't get me in trouble now. But hey, if things work out, you're welcome. Doors are always open.
Oh, good.
Man,
Okay.
I really think it's gonna be a special event, and we're doing everything kind of more community based. So we're gonna have like Friday, it's gonna be workshops. We're doing a small belt ceremony. just to give some
Oh,
people,
cool.
it's going to be like the mini batizado, some
Oh,
green belts,
nice.
some second belts. And Saturday, we're doing like this marathon from 11:30 to like 7 p.m. We're going to have,
Oh,
of course, a
nice.
big break in the middle.
Yeah.
And we decided, things didn't really work out where we do our party. So we're going to do this
Yeah.
community potluck thing.
Ah, that's cool,
And
man.
we're organizing it at the studio. So we're all day going to be together. And I think it's going to be a really deep bonding experience,
That's
which
so
that's what
cool.
kind of what I'm aiming for,
Yeah.
and Sunday, then more workshops on Sunday. So it's a long weekend, a lot of capoeira. If people can make it, the doors are
Yeah.
open regardless of groups, levels. Everybody's
Yeah.
always welcome here.
That's cool. That's cool. How people can register and for the event?
So the easiest way to register is going to our website, which is tmc4c.com, and
Okay.
then under the event tab, select winter event.
Nice. Okay.
It's
Okay.
super simple.
And then they have there all the registration
Yeah, it
fees
has
and
all the
dates, everything.
details. Yeah, the registration fees. There's details you can do one day, what an individual day or the whole weekend.
Cool.
Everything is there. It's really simple, secured website, so it's safe to register. Um, it's really really cool. It takes less than 5 minutes to sign up.
Nice.
I told you, man. I'm trying to simplify
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like makes it easier when
Yeah.
you have all the steps on just a couple clicks and then you already register. Because I've been on all the registration is just like you gotta repeat the entire process and then you gotta do it again and it just like
Yeah.
takes a while.
Yeah, definitely. So we're
But
trying we're
it's
trying
cool,
now to
man.
simplify things. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's pretty cool that you are having those two events and then providing that for the opening the doors for a capoeira community to have different experiences, especially Angola, because we have a lot of Angoleros, but is sometimes it's a little tricky to get a bunch of people teach Angola, and then
Yeah.
the common ground is just more like either contemporary or just like specific type of capoeira style.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's just the way things were. Like
Yeah,
when I grew up in Israel in the capoeira community over there, we would always have like our events. Like I remember events where we have people from I remember an event where we had people, I don't want to say groups or anything, but like let's say more of like contemporary capoeira style.
yeah.
And then we would have an Angola two guests. So it's
Oh,
really
cool.
cool. So you have an
Okay.
event where you learn like more of the combative style, if you want
Yeah.
to call it, and more of the Angola style. Or even Angola can be very combative sometimes too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm learning that. So let's say more of a Angola style and other style, or regional or contemporary, whatever name you want to put on it.
Yeah.
Um, for me, what was really cool is when the two individuals from different background, different lineage will go and play together. And then it's a really unique game because both of them are trying to adapt a little bit to the other.
Yeah.
And it becomes a very, very beautiful game to watch. So yeah, it's really cool. That's how I grew up, the diversification of it. And I think
Same.
it's important. I think it's important to share with our students a lot of different styles. Just like the instructor courses. I don't know if you did the online instructor course with Cueca or with Mestre Baz, if you had the privilege of doing a live instructor course with Mestre Baz or Cueca. It's amazing.
Okay.
And one of the things that they teach in the instructor course is the cycle. So at least in our group, the way we were taught, the way I was raised in capoeira, I don't want to say our group, because almost every teacher becomes different now.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
I was raised with Cueca and Idan, is that we have this cycle, right? So kind of like the four main styles, right? We have Regional Angola, and then in Israel they would do like Yuna and Mujiu. And in
Ah,
between, all the
see.
other styles fall in. So it's like you have like north south will be Angola Regional,
Uh-huh.
and then Yuna and Mujiu, and you kind of cycle between them. So you go like a couple of months you train Regional, then you go into kind of the Yuna flow, then you go into
Oh, I
Angola,
like
then into
that.
Mujiu,
Yeah.
and then in between you'll have like, for example, between Angola and Mujiu will be like a Sabento Pequeno game, a
Yeah.
Sabento Pequeno game, like the Jogo de Dentro style.
Yeah.
And then between the Museum and Regional, you kind of mix the styles, and it tends to give the student a full cycle of all the styles.
Yeah. I
So
like that. I remember Cueca showing one of the events that he
yeah,
did.
he drew it. He drew it on the
Yeah, and
board,
it
and
was like you gotta draw your name
where
wherever
you
you
think you
feel.
are. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I
So
didn't know that. Okay.
so that's kind of how we teach. At least that's how I teach.
Ah,
You
that's
know,
pretty
so
cool.
right now, this last 2 months, we've been focusing a lot on Angola. Like, I went a bit extreme because we're doing like
Yeah.
every class
Yeah.
is Angola. But I must tell you, with 2 months of training strict Angola, you know, really putting the focus on that style,
Yeah.
um, the games took a different like. Oh my God, man! It's like it's ridiculous. I forgot how much focusing on one specific topic for a little bit
Yeah.
can really give a whole stepping stone for the students.
Oh,
You
crazy.
know,
Okay.
yeah. And so now it's like the games. Like last week, last Thursday, we had a class. I can't stop talking about this class.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We did,
How
of
good it
course, we
was.
yeah, the HUD at the end, man. We did an Angola class, and you know, we trained it and we learned a small takedown, and we kind of talked about, you know, how to compliment and be vulnerable in a game and to let everybody open up. This because we're all friends here. We're trying to play and we're looking for this exciting entertainment game that's not only fun
Yeah.
to watch but also fun to do.
Yeah.
And something just clicked. Something just clicked. And the Hoda, I think we were about almost like we put Mestre Longa CD on, and I think we played for maybe half an hour. And man, the
Oh
energy
man.
was oh my God. I was gonna swear, but I know it's a podcast.
uh,
But wow, man, like the energy, everybody was complimenting each other, everybody was going with the flow. Things
man,
just
that's cool.
clicked for people. Everybody was taking each other down. People were falling, rolling, but it was like it was capoeira, man. It was so
That's
nice
so
to
cool, man.
watch.
That's
And
so
I was
so
like,
cool.
I was like, wow, that's it. It's like, look, it
Yeah.
clicked. It clicked.
Yeah. Especially
So
when because we as a teachers we understand a little bit what how it looks like. And then when you see your students starting to get that understanding of the capoeira flow on the game, you see it, you from that side, you're like, those are my kids. That's so cool. You know,
yeah, they're definitely
it's so
that. Yeah.
cool. It feels good. You know, it feels good. And then you see your students in like, oh man, that's pretty cool. They're flowing really nice. And I can't even imagine how you felt when you see like I want to play with my all my students, you know, because
Yeah.
he's
That's exactly what happened.
and then you just
That's,
like, man, I want to come back. I want to keep playing. And because it's just that flow and then that energy, and then it's pretty cool. I can't even imagine how that felt.
yeah. It was great, man. It was great. And the cool thing for me is suddenly like, you know, we saw everything was like
Yeah.
they, you know, they started to get the flow of it. And it's just like beautiful to watch. And then suddenly somebody with element of surprise did the takedown that we learned in
Yeah.
class. Everybody's like, oh, everybody yelled, like, yeah, I
Oh
got
man,
it.
that's so
Like,
cool.
sweet, it's
Yeah.
working. It's
And
working.
having
So
fun, which I think that's also the actual beautiful energy when you know it's just like, oh, I took you down, but he's having fun. You know, it's not like, oh, I took you down because I'm better at you, or like
excuse
it's
me.
just much better when it's that way, when people have fun.
Yeah, it's definitely that's the thing I think that's makes a capoeira game fun. You
Yes.
know, I think so if you think about it, a capoeira game is a very vulnerable game. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
there's all you can get. Of course, you can all every second you can kick somebody in the ribs, kick their leg. That's not really the purpose of our game, right? Like, there's could
100%.
be a bunch of different purposes, right? For me, the way I see it is to have this nice flow, complementing flow, and you know, letting each other. You have to if you want a good relationship with somebody, if it's
Yeah.
your significant other, a friend, you have to be a little bit vulnerable for the relationship to really grow,
Good point.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the same thing when you want to communicate with somebody. If you want somebody to open up to you and have a conversation, you also need to become vulnerable. You need to share
Yes.
some empathy and sympathy and understand what's going on, right? So I think if you have to have it in a capoeira game too. To have a good connection, you have to be open. And sometimes to be open, you gotta let somebody see that, yeah, they can take you down. Or here, they took you down. Or to do something silly and funny to make sure like the ice is broken, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and when both people understand that and they dive into that, the game is like, you know, suddenly
I
everybody's
love
like,
that.
everybody's playing, okay, yeah, take me down, sure, cool. Oh, I took you down, cool. Now the game is free. There's no defense. Nobody cares if
Yeah.
you took each other down,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I love
I
that.
said this. I said this on one of the classes. I'm like, told the students that, guys, listen, nobody cares if you play good. The only person that cares if you play good is you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man.
I
Nail it.
personally care that if you leave the hoda, you have a smile on your face. That for me means you had fun.
Yeah.
But if you leave the hoda upset, like, okay, man, you're not having fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then for me as a teacher, I'm messing up something,
Yes.
you know. And everybody laughed at that joke because it's true. Nobody really cares if you play good. The only person that cares if you play good is you.
Yeah.
You know, and your definition of playing good can also be your limitation, self-imposed boundaries, right? I
Yeah.
learned this from a friend of mine, Avi. He told me this one day. Avi teaches at Flagstaff, Arizona. I believe he's under Mestre Baz, Angola group. And I
Okay.
met him one day, and we talked about like nonprofit organization, like, it's such a complicated thing. He goes, Baz, self-imposed boundaries. Be careful. Don't put self-imposed boundaries. And I can't forget him saying that for years. That sentence is stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So same thing with the capoeira game, you know?
Yeah.
You're the only one that wants to play good. And your definition of playing good is what limits you to.
That's actually true. Because and then you put those standards on you and be like, oh, I didn't meet this standard. Oh, I suck. And then you
Yeah.
leave frustrated.
Yeah. Or if I get taken down, I'm not good.
Yes.
You
Oh
think
man,
it,
yes.
like, dude, anybody that tells me that or I get that vibe, I tell them, look up Mestre Chico game in Mestre Chico's game in India. There was this, I remember we were there the last Capoeira Asia, and it's crazy Hoda. Chico jumps in. I love Chico. You know, every once in a while I get a chance to talk to him
Yeah.
on the phone. You know, I've known Chico since my first year of Capoeira. You know,
Oh man, that's cool.
yeah. First year, I remember I got my green belt, and he was there in the hall. This young kid doing great. I'm like, oh my god, you know. So I know him for a while back, and I'll never forget this Hoda. He was playing a really fast, strong game, and he marked a ganshu to somebody, and that person saw it and got him in a banda. Really gave him a perfect clean banda.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and you would think Chico would fall, like, okay, got him. But no, Chico let him take the banda, ended up, I don't know how, in a bridge from the banda, got out of the bridge into like this crazy backflip. We had to look back in the video to see if he actually fell from the banda or if he made it look like he fell from the banda because you couldn't
That's so
tell.
funny.
But oh man, it was like, wow.
How?
Like, oh my God. So now define,
so...
is being taken down a good thing or a bad thing for him,
Yeah.
for Chico? It was a good thing. I was like, you
Yeah.
know, so like I said, definition of, oh, I'm a good capoeirista if I don't get taken down. No,
That's
I
a
think
very, very good point.
that's up to the individual. For me,
Yeah.
I'm a good capoeirista. If I get taken down, I don't get pissed off after.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good
You
point.
know,
Yeah.
and yeah, in the past, I would take me down. I would come back. Oh, now time to fight. I got a revenge.
Yeah.
Now somebody took me down. Cool, good job, man.
Yeah.
Wow, I got taken down.
Yeah. Which is funny that you mentioned like before you used to feel like that because is I think that's the process of like us growing up in capoeira. You just like I'm learning how to kick. Now I'm learning who to kick, and then oh no,
Who to
like
kick?
and then like I'm good at this, and then you be taken down. It's like man, this sucks, and then I'm gonna come back now. I'm gonna get you now, and then
Yeah,
the older you get in capoeira, you're like man, you know what? You took me down. Cool, man. If it happens, it happens. If not, that's okay.
yeah, yeah. For me, it's a wake up call. It does hurt a little bit in the ego sometimes. I won't
Yeah,
lie.
true.
Like, oh, I got taken down. I'm a high rank, but then it's like I was at Lobio's event. I think it was last year. I don't remember which event it was. And this guy I never met before. We had this game, and I did a gansho, and he took me down. Good timing.
I remember. I remember. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
there.
yeah. And you know, when I was in the moment, I didn't bend my leg in the ganshu because I thought I was gonna hit him. And look in the video. It's oops, my side light just died on me.
That's okay.
Okay,
I'll see you pretty good. You still look pretty
okay. Stop thinking. um, so it was really interesting because in the video I was like, I think actually it was kind of like not the right timing to do the banda. But then I
Yeah.
was like, actually no. I looked at the video. I was like, hey, he caught me pretty good. He caught me pretty good. If I
Yeah.
was to really follow through with the ganshu, then maybe I would have hit him. But that's not the purpose. He responded pretty good.
Yeah.
And when I got up, like I just fell. I smiled. I got up, and I was like, interesting, because when I learned, like sometimes you'll kick a straight kick to somebody,
Yeah.
and then you mark, and then after you mark, they give you a banda. It's kind of this unwritten ethic, right? Well,
I'm actually not
I
hitting you, so why you take me
yeah
down? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I marked, you mark, but
Yeah.
it's like I mark and I bring in my leg, and then you take me down. So it's kind of that fine line. But it was really interesting for me because I was like, interesting. I played the game. I noticed that I didn't get emotional from the game. I was pretty cool with that. Um, But what I did notice is that many people after that came to me and said, like gave me compliment on the fact that I didn't get back into the game and played very aggressively.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That was the first kind of response that people gave me. It's like, I know we got taken down by this guy that I
Yeah,
don't know what his rank was, and he just kept playing really calm and he kept having a fun game. Like that's really, inspiring. Like, wow, interesting, cool, thank you.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that kind of a response,
Yeah, yeah, because it's usually that's what usually happens because we are used to that, and then be like,
Yeah,
oh, somebody got taken down, get ready because things is going down. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. A fight is happening right now,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, and then everybody get the popcorn out, so because he's gonna be, he's gonna
Everybody
be
gets the
something good.
pop.
Yeah, and then didn't happen at that moment because I was there. I think I was playing beating bow, I think, and I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool. Okay, let's see what is gonna happen now. And then the game went out pretty cool. I was like, oh, nice, okay. And then
Yeah.
everybody smiling again. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that was interesting to get that kind of feedback.
Yeah,
But that's also, I guess, I've been doing capoeira for 22 years, so you don't always have to. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get taken down, and it's a bit embarrassing sometimes, right?
yeah,
But it's a lesson. For me, it was a wake up call that I just played a bit too open, which is
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
I learned, right?
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah. And
happens.
he's part of the game too. So sometimes it happens. We do it to somebody, and sometimes somebody does it to us.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
just part of the game. And then
definitely it's part of the game.
so you and I were talking about a while ago. And Loviños event, last Loviños event, I say last
Hmm.
month, were the registration of the students, the registration process of the students. What was your registration point steps before, and what do you figure out in the process? If that makes sense, if that question makes sense.
You mean how I register new students to the group and stuff like
To
that?
Yeah, 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 like to retain students, because I mean we a lot of people are gonna take it the wrong way. It's like, "Oh, you don't want to retain students and things like that." But I mean, we have a studio. We want to grow our class. We need to retain the
Yeah,
students.
yeah, it's the fine line between business and passion, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's really hard. There's a couple of different. I try a bunch of different things. I think the best way to retain a student is offer a class that they want.
Good
You
point. Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
if you offer a fun class, a good class, most people will stay, unless, of course, like they have schedule conflicts or financial issues, different matter. Even though I'm a big believer, if somebody wants something, they'll find a way. If they don't, they'll find an excuse.
100%.
Right?
I
That's
like
a
that. Yeah.
quote that I really like. I've heard it years ago, and it sticks with me. Um, so to retain students, again, I think just to have a good class, a good process, a
Yeah.
good not a process, a good to teach a good class that they want. The way I sign up people, I have a couple of ways. Most people, in my opinion, don't know what capoeira is,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
So I want people to experience it. I'm already teaching my classes. So I don't mind if I have one or two or a handful of new people in the class to come for free and try it out for a while. Um, that they can actually get a chance to see the whole group and see if they like it.
Yeah.
For many years, I started like to do introduction classes almost 8 or 9 years ago. And I remember people were like, "Oh, it's never gonna work. You're offering free stuff, this and this." And the first years, man, it works so good. It
Yeah.
works so good. Like we would do introduction classes that would offer like the discounted off the rates, and man, my classes got packed,
Huh.
like packed. And
Interesting.
we maintained a lot. We grew a lot. When we moved from our facility, our first facility to where we are right now,
Yeah.
we did lose a lot of people because schedule changed. The distance wasn't that big, but people kind of, the people that dropped off were people that were already kind of winding off of capoeira.
Yeah.
Um, and I think there's also, I can touch about that. I think there's a process, a length that people are going to be in capoeira.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that are going to be in capoeira for their whole life. So some people just come for a phase,
Yeah.
a journey, and some people just become their hobby. Um, so the way I do it right now is I try to offer an introduction class. We did one; it was pretty good. We had a big turnout. Um, but I think people need more than one class, right? So what we're
Oh
doing
yeah.
right now is I'm offering 7-day free trial. to
Okay.
get people to come into the door.
Yeah.
And then when they come into the door, I offer them 2 weeks for like $40. And they get a t-shirt.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay.
you get a school shirt. So somebody feels like they have a uniform.
Yeah.
And that gives the people like 2 weeks basically to try everything out. Now we set up our system that we have two kind of registration. Like one is a subscription and one is a membership. A subscription is like Netflix or any kind of online subscription you do. So
Yeah.
you have that trial period, or it's a 7-day free one, or 2 weeks for $40.
Okay.
And right after, it automatically enrolls them into our subscription where they can cancel anytime, no fees, nothing. Of
Yeah.
course, the subscription is a bit more expensive,
Okay.
right? Um, and that's usually what I do. And if the person is really into it and they train their 2 weeks
Yeah.
and they like it, then the big chance they stay, right? But if they're not, if they're like, I don't know, and I can see after like somebody signed up for 2 weeks and they don't come back after the first class,
Yeah.
I'll follow up with them and, oh, it's not for me. No problem. I don't bug.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't bother anymore. Usually the people that sign up for the 2 weeks and come to one class, they don't answer the phone calls. They don't respond. So I'm like, okay, that's not for them.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
somebody
Yeah.
signed
Yeah.
up for 2 weeks and after the first day they canceled, I mean, it just wasn't up their alley.
Yeah. For sure.
Which I completely understand. I had somebody came to the class in the 2 weeks. Like, yeah, I'm kind of more into jujitsu. So he
Yeah.
tried it, and like you saw, the jiu-jitsu, he showed up every class, he just loved it. That was his thing,
That's
the
cool. Yeah.
grappling. So
Yeah.
cool, that's amazing.
Yeah.
People have to find they have to find their thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I do, how I try to sign up people. And then right before the 2 weeks ends, I talk to them and I explain to them the difference between a subscription and a membership. And then they can save some money.
Okay.
And most people or will change right away to the year membership,
Yeah.
or they will stay a couple more months in the subscription because they're not sure if they're going to stay in town. You know, that's kind of the process that I do right now, and I
Okay.
find it working really good. I'm right now doing some advertisement for 7-day free trials, and people are signing up. Like I have every week 2, 3 people signing up.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah,
That's a really
yeah,
good turnout.
yeah. So, well, signing up now. It's a question of the follow up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have this kind of semi-automatic system that
Yeah.
once they sign up, it goes into an Excel sheet, and I get a notification on my phone. They get an automated text message that Baz will contact them within 24 to 48 hours. Because of all the spam stuff,
Yeah.
the spam text messages, I prefer to call people.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
So they get an automated text message that says, "Hey, Baz will call you in a day or two." And
Okay.
then they expect a phone call, and they see a phone call from, they'll pick up. Most of the time they pick up. If they don't, then right after I send them a text message, hey, this is Baz, I was calling to follow up regarding 7-day free trial.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
once
Just
you
to
get somebody on
make
the
sure.
phone, and talk to them, then you can already get the vibe if they're into it, if what they're going to
Yeah.
do. I had people talk, oh, yeah, and this, I'm not sure, and this and this. I knew they weren't going to show up. We scheduled the first class, and it never showed.
Yeah.
Followed up, yeah, I'm just too busy right now. Cool, done. Let
Yeah.
it be.
Yeah.
But those people that I talk to, like, oh yeah, this is great. I was looking for something positive, something fun. Cool. Answer the questions. They come to the first class. They're all excited. They're there. They're not going anywhere. They're gonna
Yeah.
stay.
And then it feels more personal too, that you just like reach out to them, they hear your voice, and then you just ask questions, and it feels more person to person instead of like all text or emails.
Yeah, yeah. I just learned something really cool. Um, uh, it's like we did this kind of group thing. Mr. Cueca is working on this like another level 3 instructor course,
Oh,
and we did
cool.
this. It was a really really cool one. I think he's calling it like Mastermind, something like that. The whole idea behind it was a select few of teachers around the U.S. that he handpicked for like kind of like this how do you call it, like almost like a trial, but like the
Okay.
first version of this course to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And um, I forgot he kept with a nickname. David. He Burukutu, I think he gave this idea of sending a video message.
Oh,
You
cool.
know,
Okay.
so I first call people, and I tried it, and actually it worked really good. If it's a video message before they show up or after their first class, So what I did is I started doing that once I talked to somebody the day before their class. I send them a video of myself so they can see me already. Say,
Yeah.
hey, it's Baz. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. For first class, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm excited to meet you in person. Have a wonderful day. That's it. Quick.
Yeah.
And so far, the people that I sent that to and showed up said, "Wow, it was very nice." And I knew who to expect. They see me, they go, "Oh, you're Baz." I'm like, "Oh
Oh,
yeah,"
cool. Okay. Oh, I
So they
like that.
already know. Yeah, it was a really cool idea, and I really like it. Because it becomes personal. People see you because when you write a text
Yeah.
message,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's an automated one. But when you do a video, I'm like, man, this guy's a genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
And then,
guy's a genius.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
they see your face, hear your voice, and it's
get the
even more
vibe.
personal. Yeah. You get the
Yeah,
vibe from you. Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
like
it's
that.
really yeah. So that's kind of my process. I went a little bit off of it, but that's kind of my process of how I sign people up.
Yeah, that's nice. How is a good turnout? Like, do you get like the percentage after for the video uh message or follow up?
So
Is it?
far, every person I sent the video to, they
Yeah,
show up. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
yeah.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
So we just started. Like I started this. Right now, I'm doing like I think it started last week. A massive campaign to promote the 7 day free trial.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting also kids from that. Parents are bringing kids. Same thing.
Oh, that's cool,
So
man.
yeah, it's really cool. That's kind of what I'm shooting for right now. I'm kind of trying to promote that a lot
Yeah,
and grow that and see how that goes. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
That's pretty cool.
it is.
Nice,
Yeah, it's
nice,
super
man.
neat.
Then do you, what are the like packages? You already mentioned the packages, but what are the packages that you already have
So
for
I
the new users?
offer, yes, I offer mainly two options. One is a subscription, one is a membership. Subscription is you can
Oh,
cancel anytime,
okay,
right? It's month to month, no cancellation fees, no hidden fees. They log into their account and they can just click cancel if they want, terminate.
okay.
The other one that we offer is a membership, which the membership gives the individual for the adult class. It's a $30 difference. So they'll save about $360 a year, which is a big difference.
Nice.
And you're committed to a year. That's basically it. But
Oh,
there's a
okay.
cancellation fee.
Yeah.
The cancellation fee that I offer, I'm not like those big gyms. Some gyms offer like, oh, you have a membership, big discount, but if you cancel your membership, you have to pay the whole membership. I don't
Oh, I
do that,
see.
So our
Nah, yeah.
cancellation, yeah, most people won't want to do that.
Yeah.
So what I do is I say like, if you want to cancel it, there's just one extra month fee. So you pay an extra month fee. That's your cancellation fee.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of just to make people not really just sign up and cancel after a month.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the
Oh, I
benefit
like
of the
that.
membership, yeah, and then the benefit of the membership is it auto renews. So after the first year, there's no cancellation fee.
Oh,
So basically, it converts into a discounted subscription. And the reason
yeah.
I do this is I believe that if I can get somebody to train with me for a year, right? And they cancel after the first year, then capoeira wasn't for them.
That's a very good point. Yeah, yeah.
If most people like if capoeira is not for them, they'll cancel after a couple of months.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true. Yeah.
but if I can get somebody to train with me for a year, I know that it's my job and it's going to be my responsibility to make them to show them why I love capoeira,
Yeah.
and hopefully they'll love it too.
Yeah.
So those are the two main packages, and inside of that, I have like an unlimited pricing, and then I have for 2 classes a week.
Okay.
Um, which I try to most people our default is unlimited,
Okay.
right? And then we also have like a punch card, and we have like the drop in. I
Oh,
used to
cool.
have a
Okay.
one, yeah, I used to have a 1 class a week registration.
Yeah.
Just I took it off because if people want to do 1 class, just buy a punch card. You know,
That's a good point. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that
Do
way.
you get a lot of people in the one single class?
I used to,
Oh,
and
okay.
mainly the people that would sign up for that would be budget wise. You know, but
Yeah.
what I found out is it's really rare. It's really rare to find somebody that does 1 class a week that actually stays around for a while. I had a handful of those, but they were people that were they were really really into capoeira, and the only reason
Yeah.
they couldn't make more was maybe it was budget, maybe it was like schedule. But
Interesting. Okay.
I don't encourage it. I don't encourage it because it's just really hard, and most people become really frustrated.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Especially like look so far for the next class and then so far for the next class. That's a
Mhm.
very good point.
Yeah, so I try not to encourage 1 class a week, but people want to, and then drop in,
Yeah.
do a punch card.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. The now to wrap it up, what is the again the time for your event and then where people can register and things like that so we can have people come through the door.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
So our event is happening February 10th to the 12th. The times for everything is online. It'll be easiest. Most people are going to have a hard time remembering, but if you go into our website, which is TMC4C with the number 4 .com, and then click the event tab, and you'll see winter event or
Nice.
winter festival, and you can log in. All the information is scheduled there. It's Friday from like 6 p.m. to 9:30. Saturday, it's pretty much a whole day. Saturday from 11 to 11. And then
Yeah.
Sunday we have another 3 hours. Yeah.
That's pretty
So
cool, man.
yeah, we're doing a potluck. All the information, it's pretty detailed there.
Okay.
Yeah, and a shirt included with the registration. It's a beautiful
Nice.
shirt came out, so that's fun.
Nice. Is it with the design that you have there?
Yeah, that logo. Yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Yeah.
Amigo designed it.
I
He's
thought to ask you the
super
design.
talented. Yeah,
That's really cool, man. I really like the
yeah.
design.
He put so much thought in it. If you look at it, it looks like the top is like fire,
Like fire.
and
Yeah.
the bottom is like leaves, like roots that are grounded.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
He put a
sick.
lot of thought into it. Yeah, put a lot of
That's
thought, which
sick.
is awesome.
Yeah. I really like it.
Yeah.
And then you just print down the shirt, and then people get that design.
Yeah. The
Nice.
shirt. Yeah, so it's the color shirt is gonna be like a maroon frost. It's a pretty nice shirt.
Oh man, I love that color.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a reddish color. It's really cool. It's really cool. I'm trying to do some colorful shirts because usually all my shirts would be black and like a colorful print.
Yeah.
But just decided to add some color to our shirt collection. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much. I'll put the link down here
You're
for
welcome.
people
Thank you.
to register here. And
of course, thank you.
Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll have some people there and then listening here and be like, I mean, I really want to check it out. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Angola is such a deep root and has so much really, really cool traditions. And then I forgot the word, the ceremony of the hada, I forgot the word. The
rituals,
everything,
like the rituals.
The rituals. Yes, that's the word. Yeah. Like the ritual of the hada, and then the traditions, and then what is what, and then just it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I agree. Angola Angola has its own uniqueness and specialties 100%. To it.
100%.
And I think Nevi, like I know Nevi's a very, very talented capoeira. Think about it. He grew up under the Kodajioto group,
Yeah.
Capoeira Israel group. So he has that style, and with Angola, and it's unique, such a unique and special style.
That's so
cool, so it's going to be a very special event. Everybody's welcome. Doors, of course, are always open.
For sure, man. For sure. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy to promote it here so we can get people there. Well, man, thank you so much. Yeah,
of course. Thank you for your time.
Let's talk soon. And then thank you for sharing. Yeah, I will talk to you anytime, man. And then let's definitely stay in touch.
All right, for sure, man. Take care. Thank you. Ciao, bye.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being part of this episode one more time. And thank you so much for being part of the Capoeira community. I'm very happy you made it all the way to the end. Now, make sure you listen to the next episode next week, or the following week, or the previous episodes. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. And don't forget to reach out so we can have you on the podcast. Okay. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing journey in the Capoeira community. And I really, really hope to see you one time here in Indianapolis, or I'll see you in the Hada next time. Okay. Keep training, keep your Capoeira school, keep supporting your Capoeira school, and keep training, keep loving Capoeira, keep training, keep playing the Hada. I'll see you in the Hada next time. Peace.